All right, we are recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3.
That was a slow version.
Let me tell you. Do you want to tell the people?
So this is our second try at it. This is Monday afternoon. We did record yesterday, but it got a little hot and heavy. So someone had asked us for some spice.
Hot and heavy is a reference to marital acts, just so you know.
No, it's not true.
Yes, it is. Hot and heavy means...
No, that's hot and bothered.
No, hot and heavy means the marital act.
So we had a listener ask for some spice. So we got a little too spicy. So we had to put that in the vault.
No, you said it was going in the
vault.
So
for our Patreons, if you pay $5, you can listen to our unedited spicy take.
I want to be clear. I said post it.
But what's good is that the new information has come out since yesterday. So now we have even more topics to talk about.
I feel like you're ignoring me. I said post it.
No, at first you said don't. No, but there was some weird white space, so I didn't want to edit it. So it's better to do part 2 because there's new information that's come out. So going back to last Sunday.
I hate having the same conversations we had before.
It's always a new take. So I went to...
Can we just keep it moving?
I went to Mexico for Monday through Thursday.
You were gone all week while I held down the fort. You were sending me pictures of the joyous time that you were having. And yet there was a plot twist. And this is what you mean by new information, at least partially.
Yeah. So for our listeners, if you recall, we got back Saturday night from the cruise, around midnight-ish. And then I left first thing on Monday to go to Mexico, Querétaro, just north of Mexico City.
Right.
For a work trip.
Yes.
So, yes, we were in the office for a day, Tuesday. And then we spent a lot of Wednesday doing team building activities. So we built cars. My team won. Did I tell you my team won? Out of the 10 teams, my team won. We won the car competition. We made cars. My team won.
Congratulations. I was home, holding down the fort.
And then that was in the morning. In the afternoon, we made so there's 80 of us. We made a very large boat. And I sent you a picture of it.
So stupid.
And then there was a group that they did a truss fall off the top of the boat.
Right.
And HR shut that down pretty quickly.
They were like, Daddy, you were like, I just called you Daddy.
Called me Daddy?
You said to the Facebook, to the Insta, to the messaging group of our family, should I do the truss fall? And everybody's like, yeah. And then you're like, just kidding. Can't.
Yeah, they weren't pleased about it.
So you brought home several things as gifts because when you go out of town, we ask you to bring souvenirs.
And that was nice of me, wasn't it?
Yeah, you gave me all the free things that Carhartt gave you. So I got a pair of free sunglasses, a pair of
I bought sunglasses.
And you brought fruit snacks for the kids, some free dolls that they gave you.
No, I bought things. I bought several things.
I'm not judging, but what you did buy was a hat that said, I effing love Mexico, the actual F word, and gave it to our son.
It was in Spanish. So
so the F word in Spanish.
No, it's up for interpretation.
No, it's not. I asked 2 Spanish
teachers.
It's
up for interpretation.
And both have lived at Mexico.
But they have dirty minds. So that's why they
So anyways, Joey now has a hat that says the F word on it. Because you felt
it doesn't say F word. It's all in Spanish.
Yeah, okay, it's the F word in Spanish, bro. Yeah.
So
the other thing I was
in the gift shop and I was looking around. I was like, oh, these are cute hats. It said something te amo. So I thought I was like, oh, I love Mexico. I just didn't know that there was an adjective with or I think that was I freaking love Mexico. I don't think it was the actual F word.
But then you
I should have looked it up.
You ended up, we were in a fight this week. We don't get along right now. And that's why posting or talking on a podcast is hard. I had shared on the other podcast that we deleted that I currently have a notes app where I'm just writing everything about you that I've had it with.
So along with the vault, we also have notes. So things go in the vault,
don't forget,
and things go in the notes.
All the things that you do. So we are at a point in our marriage, maybe the last 2 weeks, where, well, at least I'm at a point. You're probably not. Where I've had it.
I love unconditionally. Apparently, yes. You don't.
We're at a place where I've had it with you. So you left for Mexico. I was not really pleased with you. So I didn't spend a lot of time talking to you while you were in Mexico. Yes.
I forgot what I was going to say. No, I was like, wouldn't it be sad if I died?
I thought about it when I didn't
say. And then all you have is your spiteful notes about me.
Right.
Wouldn't you feel sad that that's like your last memory?
No, I'll be like, this
your
is
spiteful
what I
notes?
lived through, which is why I was angry.
And then you write a book about it, it becomes like a TV show.
Exactly. But I was giving you short, like normally I'm like, come home, I miss you. And I was like, not even talking to you the whole week.
Which was awesome.
However, I know, I bet you, because it wasn't like,
I was in peace.
I know you were in peace. So then on Thursday morning, you texted me to say that you hadn't slept because you were sick. And I think I did turn on sympathy.
You did.
I greeted you with chicken noodle soup and Verner's, which was very nice of me considering I don't even currently like you.
I feel currently you're fine.
No, you're wrong. No, we have a lot of unresolved trauma right now.
That's like, I feel like everyone has that. So
yeah,
that's not,
okay, that's great.
That's not
yeah, but to be very clear, I do not like you right now.
Yeah, but
I love you. It's fine.
Life.
Yeah. So anyway, you had said that you were sick.
Welcome to the first couple years of my life when you were a raging monster when you were pregnant. So
right, you sent a message that said that like you weren't sure you were going to be able to fly home.
Yeah, I woke up Thursday. So we flew down Monday, and then we flew back.
You built boats and cars out of cardboard, and then we're supposed to fly back on Thursday.
Thursday morning, no, Thursday at noon, whatever their local time. I was supposed to fly back. I woke up about midnight, just not feeling well. So I was up tossing and turning for a couple hours. At one point, I just kind of got up and walked around the hotel. I was like, maybe they have a gift shop. I can get some medicine. They didn't. And it's always hard enough being sick when you're not at home, but also imagine being in a foreign country, right? Because you go to the front desk, the guy does not speak English. Like he speaks a little bit. So we had to like, in Google Translate, like write something and show me and say, it said like, none of the shops are open until 7:00. I was like, this is terrible.
Well, and you said at one point, you were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on the airplane. And it is important for the people. As much as I don't like you, I will tell the people right now, you zero exaggerate when you're sick. Like when you're sick, it's because you are sick. Like I feel the littlest bit sick and I'm like, I need to go to bed. Like you don't even understand. You don't live that life. And you certainly don't get stomach sick ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
So when you said like I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get on the plane, I was like, oh shoot, he really isn't feeling good.
Yeah, it was not good. So it was a couple hours into it. I was like, all right, I feel good enough where like I can get on. Like because even like I didn't eat at all that day. So when my flight day, so breakfast, people into breakfast, I just had water. I was like, I'm not going to eat anything else. I'm good. They gave us up on the plane. I was like, I'm not eating anything else on the plane. I was like, I'm not eating anything. So I was good enough to get on the plane and get back home.
That is literally the worst. I can't even imagine. And then Friday, you still felt sick on Friday.
Yeah, it was 48 hours. So Thursday and Friday, I was.
And then it has come to light.
Out. What
you most likely had. Tell the people.
Well, I didn't know. So I thought it was just me. So when I went downstairs to breakfast, and also side note, Mexico is beautiful. Like the weather wise, like we were just sitting outside every single meal, just outside eating. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, just outside. We were at a hacienda, a very large hacienda. So just sitting outside, it was beautiful.
Which I only associate with Breaking Bad. So I'm
100%
very
racist.
Positive.
And we're going to talk about another thing.
No, haciendas, I am only associate with drug use. Like drug lords. Cartels. 100%. Yes, but you couldn't pay me to stay in a hacienda.
There's many haciendas around.
I would never.
Mexico.
I would never. Definitely, you were next to El Chapo.
So, dang, I lost my train of thought.
No, tell the people what you found out today.
Oh, so at breakfast, I was nervous because I was like, is anyone else sick? Because I didn't know if it was just me. Because, like I said, I remember brushing my teeth with water.
And these aren't like close coworkers. You're not like, dude, I had a rough night last night. Like you're not like exchanging.
I could have, but you didn't want to be the guy. Everyone was like, I feel fine. Everyone was like, Aaron's sick.
Right.
So I didn't say anything. So I was like, it's just me. No one else said anything. So talking with someone else finally today, they're like, hey, did you go to, they said I was Mexico. They're like, did you get sick? I was like, well, at first I was like, who told you? Did I do something?
Yeah.
Like, no, like other people got sick and one guy tested positive for E. coli.
E. coli. So, I mean, you can deduce that's probably what you had or have. I don't know how E. coli works.
Well, another
is there a worm living in you right now?
Tapeworm. I'm going to lose like 50 pounds in 2 days.
Great.
And also, it wasn't just us, the Americans. It was also, I heard our Mexican brethren also got sick, which makes me feel better because then you think it's like, did I drink some water? Like I brushed my teeth, but that's like out of the sink. I should be able to brush my teeth, right?
Yeah.
So
no, but you shouldn't, just so you know, in the future.
So I've been nervous that it was something that I had done, but come to find out that it was others who also got sick. So I didn't feel good for the past 48 hours. But yeah, so I got I don't know if it was food poisoning or E. coli. I got something foodborne. But I would say the food was amazing, though. I would say our Mexican food was
it worth the 48-hour illness?
Close to it.
Okay.
Food in actual Mexico is different than anything you would eat here. Like there is nothing equivalent here in the United States of what we had down there in terms of just quality of food.
You really like Mexican food.
Like tacos, not even the same.
Yeah.
And also like they're laughing at us because like hard shell tacos, not a thing. They're like, we don't do hard shell tacos.
Yeah.
They're like, that's an American thing. There was a big piles of guac. So guac is
I do love some
pretty
guacamole.
big thing.
Yeah.
A lot of meats like carne asada and chicken and things like that.
And E. coli. Yeah, so great. So you got back. There was that.
And then the toddlers and Tianas.
Yes, you went to the daddy-daughter dance.
So I felt good enough on Saturday to go because I was nervous about that too.
To go to that dance, which was fine.
They're very excited to go. So
yes. Can we talk about that without? I'll talk about it gently, but you'll have to be careful. My girlfriend made a really good point. So there's a daddy-daughter dance that occurs in the gym at school. And there's, of course, these big groups of people that have all grown up together. So they go to this dance together. And the third graders, at least like 15 of them, maybe that's an exaggeration, rented a party bus.
Limousine.
But a party bus limousine.
Yes.
And one of my friends, and I will say, like, and whatever, I'm not judging because the bottom line is, like, we all do things that are over the top. But, like, what's left for prom? You know what I mean? When you go with your dad to a daddy-daughter dance in a party bus. It was very funny. It's very funny, the culture that we live in. But you enjoyed the dance. The kids were excited. You didn't buy the girls corsages, which they were destroyed about.
Well, I don't think you realize that corsages you have to order in advance. You can't
That's
just go.
That's not going to charge. If you think you're going to charge that off of that, it barely charges.
You can't just go. Oh, I can't charge this anyway. You can't just go to the florist and be like, yo, I want a corsage. Like those are things that you have to. So, and also remember I was gone from Monday through Thursday. So
you had that. And then Aaron had some people over here on Saturday night, which was nice. He had some friends from school over here. Some of them are awesome. I kept saying, don't drink, don't do drugs, and don't make out in my basement. I was very afraid that the couples would make out, the little 9th, 10th grade couples. So that's like all we did at high school parties. I did not participate, but other people did. And then my fear was that they were going to like make out and like post it on like Snapchat and be like, in Mrs. Wilkerson's basement. Right. So I was telling my junior students this, that I was like really paranoid that they were going to make out and take pictures and put on Snapchat of them making out. And all my students were like, Mrs. Wilkerson, that isn't like a cool flag. To be like making out in my theology teacher's basement. They're like, in no scenario do students do that.
Well, if you see like enough like 90s teen movies or like the movie like Superbad,
right?
You're just thinking about all like the crazy stuff that's going to happen with these kids in your basement while you're away.
And this high schooler one of my older high school kids dropped off his brother, and like all these kids surrounded his car for like 15 minutes, and I'm just sitting up here in the bedroom, like staring, watching this go down. To see.
You're watching for the handoff.
Yeah, I'm still not positive nothing happened because I don't understand why they were all surrounding that car for 15 minutes. But he's a very good kid, and I think it was just like cool kid vibes. Like he's like the cool junior, and they're all the freshmen.
Well, because he has a car and they don't. Yeah. So I think it was like, oh, he has a car.
Like my God.
But yeah, so that so he had a party. Let's pause because our daughter is walking.
You do.
Unpause.
Yes. So there was that. What else? Our daughter got in trouble. We did talk about that on the podcast.
Yes.
We talked about it gently. I will talk about it gently here. Yes. She didn't get in trouble. I should clarify. We got a call from the school because Malia had said something that was insensitive regarding the Middle East. But what's funny about her insensitivity, she had no idea what she was saying. She actually cried and was like, I really wish I just hadn't said it. What she said was factually accurate, but in the context of the conversation, it really hurt a kid's feelings. But what was really wild about it is if anybody knows me, I am hypercritical of Israel's current involvement and definitely our relationship with your president and Israel. And Malia went for the wrong side. So as I'm talking to administration, I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, that's not our family. Like, can you make sure that they know that, like, this is not our family?
Oh, that's like, I know. Oh, you did that move. That's not us. It's like, I don't know where she got that
I don't raise racist children. I have no idea why my kids said the N-word.
You pulled that move.
And it was nowhere near that level. It literally, again, what she said was factually accurate. She said it at a period of time where there was a debate going on that she shouldn't have entered into. She felt really bad, but we got a phone call about that. So there was that. Your president posted a picture of him as a nurse.
Doctor.
I thought it was a nurse.
No, he says a doctor because he helps people. Because doctors help people.
So he was a doctor.
And he helps people.
Dressed as Jesus Christ.
He had a white robe on
from his hands.
with like a sash, white with a red sash.
I said it was really funny. There's a meme that's going around that's like the 12 apostles, and they're all like dressed like that. And it's like, oh, it's not like the Last Supper. It's actually a gathering of physicians discussing.
Well, we do have famous saints who were physicians and apostles that were physicians. And
the funniest thing that I have no tolerance for is our Catholic brothers and sisters. I told you I've like blocked and unfollowed so many people this week because I have no tolerance for pretending what's happening is not happening. I mean, the man is unhinged. He is unhinged for, and I think I can say this too. Hopefully, won't go the bolt for the political reality to be so intense that our pastor, who is like he doesn't get involved in this stuff, to be like, hey, it's worth praying for the president because, you know, what he posted is not something he should have posted. You know what I mean? That not this. You're
talking the separate thing as the Pope.
No, I'm telling you that. Yeah, but no, what I'm saying, I'm talking about our pastor on Sunday talked about Trump's tweet as a doctor.
Yes.
And was like, this is an unhinged thing. No, I'm not even entering into. No, Father Bob referenced the picture of him dressed as Jesus. He also referenced the tweet that Trump wrote about the Holy Father.
I'm saying that's what I was talking about, that part.
Yeah, both. I mean, it's just nuts. The president is unhinged.
I think it's fine to say like it could be both and. Like you can be like, hey, I normally support the president, but this thing that he did was like off base. I don't like what he said about the Pope. He should have went after him. Like it doesn't mean that you don't have to agree with every single thing that the president
and Father
does.
Bob handled it really well. Like he wasn't like, forget him, blah, 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 dictator, blah, blah, blah. He just was like, this was a bad move. We need to pray for him because he has taken his eyes off Jesus is basically what Father Bob said. So it's nuts.
Well, if we see the Holy Father as sitting in the seat of Peter with the keys and he's a shepherd of the church. So it's like an attack on that. We should all be like, hey,
we should all be offended.
Many Catholics
please, that I saw. That's what I'm saying. I just blocked and unfollowed every single Catholic that defended Pope's tweet against
Trump's tweet.
What did I say?
You said Pope's tweet.
It's because of
He is not the Pope.
It's because of my early onset. I'm telling you. I feel bad.
Yes, it's a interesting thing.
Yes. We talked for a long time, but I don't even think we want to rehash what we fought about for about 15 minutes on the last podcast.
No.
So
it was about social media yet again, and I think we ended up at a good place in terms of just.
Are you insane?
What?
That is your reaction that we ended up at a good place?
We came up with some criteria that we both agreed to.
No, I asked you to list your criteria, which I still have not heard from.
Right, because
I told you that Aaron has met mine.
We said, yeah, because you haven't seen it because we just talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, and I said, make sure to get it to me because his birthday is next week.
And I said I was going to get it to you today. I said I have to work.
Great. Yeah, great. I don't know what else you want to talk about. But I feel bad because Gina wanted our podcast to be spicy. And unfortunately, I don't like you right now.
That's spicy. You don't like me.
Yes. And the spicy conversation, I don't think either of us are willing to rehash. But I told you could post it.
But there was some white noise, and I didn't want to have to try to figure for our readers or those reading this, for our listeners, we just record and we post it. I don't edit anything. I have friends that I have friends that go through editing software and they remove the ums and the likes and all that. We just record and we post it. So and that was my mistake. I thought we weren't recording, so I was trying to find this. It was this awkward silence and things like that. Right. But you were swearing, you were calling me all kinds of names. So
I didn't swear once. That's a lie.
You use a lot of F-bombs.
He's lying. Everything he's saying is lying.
It was way too spicy.
Everything
way too spicy for me.
Is lying.
But we can talk about vacations and what's coming up from our thoughts about our next vacation plans.
We had already talked about that at the last podcast.
No, we didn't. Not recently. I just got back on.
No, when we ended the discussion on the last podcast was all about our vacations and what's coming up.
No, I'm talking about where we're changing our minds though. We talked about Alaska. Now you're thinking about a Mediterranean cruise, and you're that. We didn't talk about that.
No, I told you I'm not thinking about a Mediterranean cruise. It's too expensive. We're going wrong.
That's new.
Amen. I did tell you the further we get removed from the trip, the more convinced I am that it was a waste of money. And what's funny is I ran into a coworker, Megan Simony, and she said that you talked to her husband all about the cruise. And she said, I'd love to get your perspective. And I was like, I'll just let you know, it's very different than my husband's.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was good. I mean,
no, I thought it was fine. It was not the best vacation I've ever been on. It was a shorter vacation than typical, and it was more money than we've ever spent. So the further we get removed from it, the more I'm like, that was not great.
But what could they? So hypothetically, what could they have done to make it worth? What do you mean? Like,
I don't think they could have. I think it was dumb. No, I could give you a million examples. You could not do anything on that ship without waiting in line for an hour and a half. You have to admit that. The character meet and greets, everything was lines, insane lines.
But I think that's the nature of...
The food took forever in every restaurant. To get on the boat was a fluke, but it did take 5 hours.
The what?
To get on the boat.
But that wasn't normal,
I understand,
though.
but still, this is all added together. The room was large, which I did like.
You liked the room?
Large.
You liked the turn down?
It was cheaper to go.
You liked the turn down service?
I loved the turn down service.
The food, I would say, was... You liked the room service? The food was better.
I mean, not like noticeably, not like changing life.
Food was better. The ambiance, the theming was better.
You just can't do it. You can't do it. You cannot say that it was not worth the cost.
I wouldn't say it was not worth.
That's insane.
I wouldn't say it was worth the cost though.
Not,
because like then you be like it's hard to say. It's hard to like. Are you saying it's not worth the cost? But like, if it was 3,000 less, what did you have liked it? Like that? Like, what does that mean though? Are you saying like if it was half the cost, it would be worth it? Or are you saying?
I'm saying if they took off $5,000 and it was a 7-night, it would be worth it. It would be the best cruise I'd taken. But it was a 5-night and it was $5,000 more than we spent on any other vacation. So no, thank you. Ever again.
Everyone's is relative.
And you said one and done, so it's not like you're like.
No, but that wasn't because I didn't like it though. No. That wasn't because I didn't like it. That was because.
But we had talked about this. I don't know why we're talking about this again. We had a whole conversation about this on the podcast.
You brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
No, you were like, "There's been changes."
I'm talking about the Mediterranean. No, you said now that you're farther away from it, you didn't like the cruise. You started this.
Okay, so that's the new part. So one of the things we looked into.
Spicy take.
One of the new things that we looked into was a Mediterranean cruise, but it's going to be too expensive.
And the reason for that was because the blend of you want to go overseas and do like a European vacation. The kids like the cruise atmosphere.
Nobody wants to do what I want to do.
So it was a blend. It's a blend of the two of saying like, hey, how do we have a cruise experience, but also going overseas to satisfy the two.
Right.
But we have to look at it. Like we have to price it out because to me, when you start talking about going overseas and having to rent cars and hotels and food, we may find that a cruise is not that much more expensive. I wouldn't rent a car if we went relative to the work. What?
I wouldn't rent a car if we went to Rome.
How do we get around?
You take a train. You take a train this and then you take trains. We would never. It would be like renting a car in New York City. We would never. That's one of the things we don't agree though on is that 6 out of the 7 people don't want to do what I want to do, which is a problem. They all just want to go to Disney for the rest of their lives. Literally, our kids want to go nowhere but Disney.
They also
want to go
like
nowhere
cruises.
but Disney.
They also
right.
No.
Cruises, which I don't.
See, like we talk about this every single year. We have done something that satisfy your needs to travel,
and
like
Disney.
What? Yes,
Disney.
Yes, for both of us. Yes, each of us gets something.
My issue is I never want to go to Disney again. And you're like, this is a part of our lives every year to spend between $15,000 and $20,000.
But can I say, I feel like I am more into the compromise of this marriage than you are. Okay. Case in point, Bruno Mars versus Counting Crows.
Right.
And we talked about that on this podcast. Yeah. I feel like, I'm like, hey, if that's important to you, let's figure out how to do both of us. You're like, screw you. I never want to do that again.
Legit.
I'm like, let's both have our cake and eat it too.
This is like an actual issue though.
Screw you.
I'm telling you, I do not want to go to Disney again. And
there's many things I don't want to do too, but I do it because you want to do it. But
I've been 13 times. I'm over it. I don't want to go. Everybody thinks it's insane.
Hey man, I can't satisfy everyone. I
and then the other thing is, I am going to reference the fight that we had yesterday.
My kids want to do.
I am going to reference the fight that we had yesterday.
My son is like, I want to go back to Disney.
Let's take my senior trip there. So I do want to reference one of the things about our fight yesterday, which is still a very relevant fight. Like we are not in a good place.
I'm fine with that.
I know you're perfectly fine with it. What it has to do is letting our son, who's 15, get social media, get Instagram, not Snapchat, not TikTok, but Instagram. Like there isn't a person on the planet except for my husband that is saying that that's a bad idea. And your thing is we said 16, so it's going to be 16. It's a dumb
remember
thing.
We said the person on the plane is not true.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. That I know that I have talked to, I have not talked to one person. And I've talked to a lot of people about this. There's two things that I want to say about it though. First, I thought, because you referenced yesterday, like our finances and that you're in charge of our finances. And I just acquiesced to that. With this, it is, first of all, very frustrating to me that you won't follow my lead with this.
That wasn't my example. No. That wasn't my example of finances.
Regardless, it is frustrating.
It is regardless. You just brought it up though.
It is frustrating to me that you will not follow my lead on something that I think I know better than you. And we referenced this yesterday. Because I have worked with teenagers for 25 years, I am more qualified to say when our kid is ready or not for it. And you don't think that that brings any credit to the conversation, which then becomes this layer of what I do, you poo-poo and act like you're like so important and I'm so invaluable.
I disagree.
The second thing though, which is very hard, and I think this is very hard and we don't have to be too spicy about it. There are very few things, and this is a compliment, actually. It's not even a backhanded. You and I, when it comes to parenting, are almost always aligned. Like, even if we have tension points, like we agree with the best move forward with our kids. I cannot think of a time where there has been something so significant that we fundamentally disagree with each other on. And again,
I think that's fine. And I think that's healthy. And I think that's why you have healthy levels of compromise. And
no, to me, it's not compromise. To me, what you're doing is you're just saying, we said this, so we're doing this. That's
not what I said.
Great. So I'm waiting for it, and the people are waiting for it is you.
I said we can compromise. So I said my thing is 16, yours is 15. So I'm saying we can meet in the middle and figure out a time.
We're not going to like randomly choose a time. What we decided based on our conversation yesterday is that you are going to talk about measurable goals that you need Aaron to hit so that he can have social media. That's what we're waiting on you for, because he has hit every single one of my measurable goals and more. He is a mature kid. He is ready for it. As I explained yesterday, I want him to be able to have it with the safety net of us. Like it's a nice way to like dip your toes into social media without being in the Snapchats and the private group chats and things like that. It's a nice, safe thing to do in the context of our own home. He's fantastic about putting his phone in our room every single night. Every night his phone's in our room. Every morning he reads all of our text messages. I can give you a million examples, but the things that have made me really happy is on the group thread of one of his friends. They were talking about women in this really disgusting way. And Aaron's like, guys, just so you know, my mom can read everything you're saying right now. Mm-hmm. Like he's confident in who he is and saying that. He has been good about text messages. I mean, he's met every one of my goals. So now we're going to wait for your list of actual measurable goals. So we'll just wait in joyful anticipation for that. But it is a very strange thing to not agree with you on something that I feel so passionately about. And the fact that you will not trust me or give me the benefit of the doubt when it comes to both adolescent development and our son to say, I'm going to follow your lead on this. That is what I think is fundamentally bothering me about this.
That I would push back on that and recall that we did follow your lead when it came to getting him a smartphone.
And it's worked out great.
And it gives him, but I'm saying I'm just saying I feel like sometimes there's generalities being thrown off, like saying like no one in the world and you don't follow my lead. It's like there's many examples I have followed your lead.
No, just very few in our marriage. You don't.
What are you talking about?
You don't.
See, this is when we talk about generalities. Like, give me some. Like, give me an example. You have to throw out examples.
You don't. When it comes to like my what I bring to the table in marriage and parenting, it's like I have to walk around tiptoes with you to suggest things to you. You don't follow my lead and you don't trust me, and it bothers me.
I don't know. I don't know. You have to give examples. Yeah. Sorry. I live in examples.
So my example is that I work with 800 students a day, that I've worked with students for the last 25 years, that I can tell based on both adolescent development and my own son that he is ready for social media. And you, knowing that I've worked with teenagers for 25 years, knowing that I work with 800 teenagers on a regular basis, will not trust me on this, and it's absurd.
I feel like
hurtful. It's hurtful. It's more than absurd. It's hurtful.
No,
you can say no all you want.
The thing is, you take it very personal, as if I'm doing this like an affront to you, like I'm trying to like screw you over, which is a very strange thing.
Because you have not been able to come up with any measurable goals, it does seem.
This also came. But measurable goals started yesterday, so that's not fair to say that the example is
even off the top of your head. You can't come up with one.
What?
A measurable goal. What you need to see in order for him to have it. Besides the fact that you keep saying we originally said 16. That is your only reason for not wanting to give it to him.
I haven't thought enough of it to give you.
You've thought enough of it to say to me, absolutely not.
I know you're raising your voice a little bit right now, and I'm not.
You've thought of it. That's okay. Great. I know. You're so calm.
What?
I said you're so calm.
Right, because I like this is like I don't know, like this is to me like this is a conversation that we should be able to have as parents. Right. Like we're both his parents. I'm his parent. I have a voice just much like you have a voice, and I think most of our opinions and voices are valid. I think we're in this together. It's not a you and him versus me and like X, Y, and Z. He won't do this, so I think we're in this together as his parents against these children.
You haven't given me one good reason why.
This just started. What are you talking about?
Why you shouldn't be able to have social media.
See, but your only reason is just like it's other kids have it, and
that's not my own. That's insane. But that's what I mean. That's what you do. It is like this. Your only reason is you want them to have what other kids have. That is insane. That you could actually say that with a straight face is insane. Anyways, go ahead.
You just said to me that only reason why, like. You're coming at me as if I have zero reasons. I'm saying, like, what reasons do you have other than developmentally appropriate?
He's proved maturity. It's developmentally appropriate. It is something that excludes him. So that is one part of it. The other piece of it is giving him the ability to have something like that in a shallow entry point like Instagram, not Snapchat or TikTok, so that we can monitor, we can watch his use, we can give him tips. As he gets older, he'll learn to use it more. But we have right now, we have more control over his life. Yep. So in a controlled environment to give him access to social media is a smart idea. For you to say to me, the only reason I want him to have Instagram is because other kids have it is insulting.
That's not what I meant. I'm saying that's the main thing that you've said to me. What you just said is
not the main thing I've said to you, but that's hilarious that you think it is. So I'm literally not mad at you. You're giving me faces. I'm not mad at you. We talked about this yesterday. I find the whole thing fascinating.
Right, so, but you take it as an impersonal, like I'm like you take it as a very personal thing, which to me there's nothing to do with because the thing is like we talked about it before, you attach like I don't have the words to put it to, but you take this as a personal thing. If I reject something for him, you take it personally.
For you not to trust me on this is incredibly.
I trust you on so many different
personally
things.
Offensive. No, you don't.
But why? But why?
It's personally offensive.
But what does that mean? Personally offensive.
Offended.
You take it offensive though. But I'm allowed to have a different opinion than you. Like that's see what I hear. So I'll use I feel statement. I feel that you're saying that because I don't agree with you.
If you gave me one reason, which you still have yet to do, say what you want.
No, you don't want to hear it. So
say what you want.
Nope.
Say what you want.
Nope.
Great. So that was what we discussed yesterday on the podcast. This was a much shorter discussion. It was way longer yesterday, but we are definitely not aligned when it comes to it.
Yeah, and I think we disagree. I think that it's fine that as parents, and you talk about all these people. I know also a lot of couples who aren't aligned on certain things. They don't agree to it, and they figure out a nice compromise, and they feel how to move on from it. And they don't take it personal. Like, no, I don't agree with her. She doesn't agree with me, but it's fine. We can still be a couple. We can still be fine with it.
Yeah.
But I think that
if this wasn't my whole area of life and professionalism, like literally my whole professional life is understanding young people, what's good for them. Now, that doesn't mean that your parenting input doesn't matter. It 100% matters. And that's up until this point. We have been able to kind of talk things out and figure out how we want to raise our kids. At this point, for you as my husband, not to be able to say to me as somebody that has worked, and by the way, like presented all across the Archdiocese on social media for years, for you not to be able to say to me, I'm actually going to trust you on this because this is an area that you have put an abundance of thought and prayer and thinking and advising other parents. And for you not to be able to say to me, like, I'm going to trust you on this it is personally offensive. So it is what it is, but it is personally offensive.
Because I don't agree. No, it's not that I don't agree. It's not about an agreement. It's about saying, hey, I have a preference. You have a preference as well, based on your experience.
I don't think we have to go. I don't feel like we have to keep talking about it because I think I've clearly articulated my point, and I think you've clearly articulated
now you want to shut me down? That's fine. If you want to shut me down,
your thing is that you don't agree.
You want to shut me down? That's fine.
But no,
you just say you want to talk about it. So that's fine. We don't have to.
Your whole point is I don't agree.
We don't have to.
I don't agree. The end. Great.
What?
I don't agree.
That's not what I didn't say. I don't agree. That scene. I didn't say that. I said we can figure out a compromise. That's what I said from the beginning of it.
Great.
But you don't like compromise. That's how we started. You're not a fan of compromises sometimes, which is fine. If you don't want to compromise, that's fine.
Good. Awesome. What else do we have to talk about today?
What else do we have going on this week? His birthday's coming up next week.
It is. He did tell me, we talked yesterday, that one of the things that he wanted was a drum set, and we both wanted to sway him away from that. Today he said, I actually don't think I need a drum set, and thank God, because it takes up too much space.
It takes up a lot of space, and we have a decent basement, but and it just sits there. Like, it's not like something you can just like pull out and pull back in. Like, you have to set it up and get the spacing, so it has to sit there permanently. And we don't unfortunately, we don't have a huge basement where you can just like throw a drum set somewhere, or have to sit in like. It's not possible. We would have to move like in that closet, like the treadmills and all this stuff around. But then I feel like he would use it for like a month.
Totally. He's really musically inclined though, which is why part of me was like, this would be good for him. But so we got to figure out his gift. He wants to go see the Michael Jackson movie. That's important to him. Very important to him to go see that movie.
All of them. I mean, the girl, Are you
going to take the girls though before you watch it first? I don't feel like we should.
What's the rated?
It's PG-13.
But it's before all the.
I feel like that's.
Apparently, it's like at the end of the. It's before all like the pedophile stuff.
I just don't know if we should bring Julia, who's 8 years old, to a PG-13 movie.
Michael Jackson wasn't like this womanizer, so it's not like they're going to have. It's not like they're going to. There's no way they're going to show anything appropriate like that.
I don't think it's a good idea.
That's not even to clear the theater. They would never show. So it's not like he was like getting all these women.
Why did you say that I was racist beyond the cartels and our? You were like, oh, that's a second.
I always call you racist.
I know, but there was something else. I thought you were going to bring up something else.
What else racist did you do?
Literally nothing.
I can't keep up with your racism, so you could have said other things. I can't keep up anymore. I should put that in my notes. All the racist things that you say.
All the racist things that I say.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so much. What else?
We had Joey had his junior high prom or dance.
He did
last Friday.
He almost wasn't going to go. I'm glad he did. He's so different than Aaron. But I decided I would take his type of kid any day over Aaron's, because Joey doesn't need a lot of friends. Joey doesn't care about the social life.
Well,
go ahead.
The one thing about there's an influence there that I think impacts one kid over the other one, and that's part of the social media thing. I don't want to go back to it, but it's
I don't think we should.
What?
I don't think we should go back to it.
One kid I think is more inclined to influence versus the other one, so I think that's why you don't have to worry about one son versus the other one. That is the difference between the two, and that's what's different about I'm saying that is the difference. I think you would agree that our oldest son, in terms of influences, is more like we'll go with the group in the pack, and Joy would not do that.
I worry about Joey so much more than I worry about Aaron.
No, but
your point is well taken. I do not worry about him, like who he's hanging out with and reading his text messages and none of that with him. But I worry about him because he's just so quiet. That's hard for me.
But he's willing to be like, this is dumb. I don't want to do that because this is dumb. Thing one doesn't. I think that's not a bad. I don't think it's a terrible thing. I think he's. I won't say he was not independent thinker, but I think one has more independent thought than the other one.
I don't know if I agree. I think Aaron's far more social, so he's more popular.
But it comes with like.
But I would say both of our kids, unfortunately, like Joey just got an email home this week. Like both of our kids are unwilling to be like the good one vocally. Like to say like, guys, cut it out, or you guys are crossing a line.
Yeah, that's different than what I'm describing. But I understand what you're saying.
I also don't think either of them, though. I think both of them could stand up to real peer pressure, though. I actually think both of them could, and they do. I've watched. John Paul cannot. We are in so much trouble with John Paul when he's in high school. John Paul's the one that I worry about. I love him so much. Like, I worry about his ability to stand up to peer pressure with big things. John Paul really wants to impress people. Don't you think?
1 and 3 do. I think they're similar in that realm. 2 doesn't. That's not. I would not say negative. It's just more of a thing to look out for, because the things that they desire, is it something that you actually like, or is it because you're hearing?
Joey doesn't care about dress. He doesn't care about having things. He doesn't care about shoes. He doesn't care about. Yeah, I mean, he is you. He's literally you. He's literally you. It was so funny. He said to me, Joey, on the cruise, I don't think I told this on the podcast. Maybe I did, but it was so funny because you guys went to see a show together. Maybe we did talk about this. And it was like this Disney show. And you came back and Joey and I were talking. I was like, Dad really loved it. And Joey's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he thought it was really good. And Joey's like, Mom, Dad just stared at it the whole time. He didn't have any facial expression. There's no way he liked it. And I'm like, Joey, talk about pot calling the kettle black. Like, I have no idea what Joey is thinking at any point in life. It's just like you. Like, you're very steady. You're very steady folk. Very steady. Anything else?
I don't know. I feel like there was something else going on.
Well, Kelly Kapowski's.
Yeah, screw him.
So I forgot you had sent me. Remember, he's dead. So you're gonna have, and he's like a real person, not an
good for him.
Yeah, you are really mad. What is his name?
Huh?
What is
his real name?
Yes.
I don't know what his real name.
What was his name in the show?
Jeff.
Jeff died in real life.
If we say Jeff from Saved by the Bell, the true fans know like what he did. Well, you had
sent me a screenshot that he died in real life, and I said, and you said, good. Like, I don't think anybody's disappointed. And I'm like, wait, what are we talking about here? Because I had forgotten until you
forgot what he did. You can see his face and know what he did.
Yeah, it's true. You're very upset about.
Everyone should be upset about what happened. What was his name in the show? Jeff. Yeah. From the Max.
Yeah.
Took advantage of her.
So then I said to you, what would you do if our 19-year-old daughter came home and said she was dating a 30-year-old?
I don't think she would, though.
That's not the question. Isn't I don't think she would.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by like dating?
Like, hey, I met this 30-year-old. He's really great. I want to introduce you to.
I'd be like, no. Why does he want you? Like,
really?
But I feel like that's not something that they would just bring home.
It happens, honey. You know. I know. You're in so much trouble in the girls.
What would you do?
I don't know. The tricky thing is our 19-year-old comes home and says she met a 30-year-old faithful Catholic at like a young adult.
No, I'll probably be like, what's wrong with him? Like, what's wrong with him?
Like, why you would want to date a 19-year-old?
I mean, imagine me being 30 and then being like, yeah, I met this.
I was 30 when I met you, dummy.
But I was 24.
Yeah, but I was 30. So what are you saying about?
No, you were 30 when we got married.
Okay, I was 29 when I met you, when we started dating. So, like, what are you saying? What are you saying?
We're talking about a 19-year-old who's still in college. Yeah. I was graduated with a job, an apartment. Like, do you understand the difference?
Yeah. Anyway, because how much older was he?
Not that much older, I don't think.
He was older than her.
He was older, but I think he's like in his mid-20s or something.
But she was in high school still, wasn't she?
Yeah, that was weirder. She was in high school. That is a very
weird storyline.
I think maybe he's in college, maybe? No, I think
that is a very weird storyline.
Yeah, but remember back then, like, that wasn't a...
Yeah, as big of a deal.
Like, all the movies when you talk about going back in high school, like, you couldn't do that nowadays. Right. Talking about, you like, really trying to get with high school girls. Like, that is not a joke you can do anymore. That is a 90s thing or late 80s thing you can make jokes about, but you cannot. You will get canceled. You talk about dating high school girls.
Canceled. Okay, so Jeff and Kelly. Jeff is now dead in real life.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. Young, 57. That's 10 years from now.
You're closer to that than I am.
I know. So close to death. Anything else?
I don't know. Anything else, people?
I don't think so. This
is episode 84, so I feel like we're getting close to episode 100.
I don't even care about that right now. What did you do? This week is just sport pickups. Got a birthday party on Friday for a kid.
Yes.
At a conference I'm going to where I'm going to see a lot of people I know.
Well, that was the Mexico thing. There was a lot of peopling Monday through Thursday. Just a lot.
There's
of peopling.
Going to be so much peopling. This is a youth ministry conference, and I am not. Oh yeah, I am.
I don't think our listeners know.
No. I don't want to do that. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not naming names.
No, I don't want to do it on this podcast.
What?
I said no.
You just brought it up.
I said no. I said I'm going to find. There's people in youth ministry that I haven't seen in years that I'm going to see at this thing.
That is the most mildest way to say it.
Yes, I just haven't seen people. I'm telling you.
Can I just say one thing?
No.
I'm not gonna make what?
No.
What?
No.
Let me just say one thing.
No.
Can I just say there will be a line to talk to you.
That is so weird to say.
Is that true though?
That is so weird to say. There will be a lot of people I haven't talked to in a long time there.
And as you talk to one, others may line up to talk to you.
No, I will be talking to people through ministry.
I think it's awesome. It shows the impact. It shows how much you have an impact on people's lives.
Oh, geez, thank you.
Over the past couple of years.
Oh, my gosh.
And your experience in adolescence for the past 20 years.
Oh, look at you. I love when you're condescending. It's the cutest. It's the cutest.
What is the conference about?
There is a document called Renewing the Vision. Do you know what this document is?
From USCCB.
The USCCB's document on youth and young adult ministry. They have redone it.
They renewed the renewed.
They renewed the renewing.
But they'd already renewed it like 10 years, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but this is a whole new document. Oh. And so it is a conference on the document. And I'm doing...
that was a big deal back in the day when they did Renewing the Vision. That was like their Vatican II Lumen Gentium.
The Vatican to the Lumen. Well, it's funny.
That was their Rio Navarro Lumen Gentium. That was their version of it.
Because I am writing a course this summer, and it will include this document. What? Yes.
What course?
Listen, Teach, Send for school. I'm writing a curriculum, and it's on student leadership. So I'm going to teach Lumen Gentium. I'm going to teach Listen, Teach, Send, and I'm going to teach servant ministry through the Gospels.
Can we talk about youth ministry? Oh, can we talk about our son?
Not really. That's not riveting content, and it doesn't really matter because it didn't happen.
No. I'm saying Renewing the Vision was a big deal in terms of youth ministry, and it's interesting just what happened with that in terms of what people thought versus what actually happened.
What do you mean?
In terms of like lighting the church on fire and this renewal of youth and
listen, here's what I'm going to say to that though. The only Catholics that I know that are Catholic today, my age, most, I won't say the only because that's an absolute, that are not converts are young people that were involved in youth ministry programs. Now there's not a lot of us, but everybody that I know that's Catholic was involved in some type of youth ministry program.
But is that a circular argument because the only people you know are people that were in youth ministry? Perhaps,
but I know a lot of people that went to Catholic schools that are no longer Catholic. I don't know. Well, I guess I do know a lot of people in youth ministry that no longer are. It's hard to be church.
A lot of your former
I have
teens,
like 5 that still worship. So there's that.
Yeah, but you do have one vocation though. So
I have a couple different. There's people that work in ministry. There's a lot of people that work in ministry that I worked with, but it's hard.
Many are not Catholic.
Yes. I told you for this class, I'm going to do a speaker series once every other week. I'm going to have somebody Zoom in, and I'm shooting for the stars.
Why am I not speaking?
I want Bishop Barron. I want Father Mike Schmitz.
You know him. You guys are friends.
Rumi. I want my friend Heather Kim, who does a podcast called Abide in something.
Abide in Me.
Maybe Abide in Me. Abide. I think it might just be called Abide, but they have like 1 million listeners. I want her. I want Katie
Holmes.
No, not Katie Holmes. I want all these people that are like. I want Father Dave Ivanka. I want them to come and do the speaker series.
You know him though.
I passively know a lot of these people, but I want them to say yes because my ask is, will you come on? I will buy you a coffee. So for anybody that says yes, I'm going to send them a $5 gift certificate.
You got to ask Marky Mark
to get a coffee. Marky Mark, yes. Do you think? Oh, that would be. I got to get him.
You got to ask Marky Mark.
How would I get?
If you're getting roomy, you should ask Marky Mark.
But what I need to do is the ask is going to be: we will not record you. It will not be recorded, so you don't need to worry about that. You're going to come in. I'm going to ask you.
But you know, John Hale. John Hale should be able to get you.
I know, but I don't want to use John Hale's connection. I think that I can't do that. I can't call him up and be like, "Hey," but my ask is that you would spend 10 minutes on a Zoom to answer 2 questions. What characteristics do you think you need to serve the church as a young person? And like, what is your witness of meeting Jesus Christ? 10 minutes. That's it. And kids will have to take notes on it and then write a 1-page paragraph. That'll be every 2 weeks. But the only way this is going to work is if I get some heavy hitters. Can you work on it for me through your LinkedIn connections?
No, that's all. I'm not in that's a nerd thing.
There's no way I can get Marky Mark, huh? How am I going to get Marky Mark? I can't DM these people.
You can.
No, there's a couple of
there's interesting stories about people just DMing famous people and they respond.
Well, a couple of these people, like
it depends on what time. I think you have to do it like at nighttime.
Yeah.
You have to think about the times in which they're like most likely. The times that they're most because Marky Mark works out at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, and be like, "Can I buy you a coffee?" No. What is my intro?
You say, "Hey, Marky Mark, enjoy your workout. Do you mind doing this?"
Fat girl love PH. Yeah. I feel like if I could get one, it could like tumbleweed, but you gotta pray. You gotta pray. Isn't that a good idea?
Yeah, but I think you just got to go for it.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to spend.
But you got to figure out the times in which you think that they'll actually respond. Like,
yeah,
I have heard stories of people being like, "Hey, I messaged 50 Cent and he actually responded," or "I messaged this person and they responded."
I would say there's a girl who is famous. She's very famous. She's now CNN's like correspondent for Catholic.
Or let me ask a question. Not a question, but if you see there's certain times a day people post, like try to find
But see, some of these people have their people post. But what I was going to say is there is a famous person whose name is Katie. She's on CNN all the time. We're first name basis. So I think she's going to have to help me out with this. But I don't know how to ask her.
Ask her what?
Like, can you hook me up with all these people that you know on a first name basis?
I would ask for what? I wouldn't ask her for too much. And then it's like,
and I need Father Mike Schmitz to remember that we're best friends and we presented together.
You show a picture. You say, hey, Father Mike, like you should email him a picture and say, hey, Father Mike, remember me?
Thought you'd love to see this. Friends with John Hale. Could you come on for 10 minutes?
I don't think you need the John Hale at that point. I think you'd be like, hey, remember, do like a collage of all the different pictures you have of them. Yeah. Hey, it's your best friend Mary again. Like,
so at this point, we are boring the heck out of people. So we are going to be done with the podcast for today.
I think that people want to see Marky Mark at your
your guys, thing. Let's make one of you know Marky Mark.
So themalibutablepodcast at gmail.com. If you have connections with Marky Mark or Donnie,
Jonathan Rumi, Jim Harbaugh's. Come on, Jim Harbaugh.
Jimmy Harbs.
But see, the other thing is these Catholics are used to being paid a ton of money to come and speak for 3 seconds. And I'm not paying anybody anything. I'm sending them a $5 gift card to Tim Hortons.
So that's why I think that could be in. Like, you know what? I can only give you a $5.
But that'll be the cute thing. Like, I'm going to send you an e gift card for $5 for Tim Hortons. You can drink your coffee. It's a morning class and answer 2 questions. It's a cute idea.
The only problem you're going to have is that they're on the West Coast. They're not going to wake up at like.
This is going to be a problem. So I have actually asked that my class can be at like 9:00 on purpose.
That's still like 6 in the morning.
Well, for West Coast people, it's just not going to happen.
I think a lot of them live on the West Coast.
Fake news.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think Marky Mark lives on the West Coast.
I don't know.
All right, that's enough. That is enough. Find us, Marky Mark, TTYL.
All right, until next time.
Have a great week. Bye.